On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Hello, Liberty lovers, and welcome to the Liberty Mike podcast, broadcasting from an undisclosed location in the heart of Dixie. I am Michael, and I am here with Liberty Larry.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine.
Fine. You're not going to plead the fifth?
It's funny you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just leave it there. It's funny you say that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, I think first, I want to say that we had an unfortunate loss last week.
Oh, yeah.
In John C. Dvorak from years and years of tech and No Agenda and so forth. I hadn't missed an episode of No Agenda since somewhere between the 600th and 700th episode, I think.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah. It's going to be rough, man.
Yeah.
I like Adam, but John C. is who was really keeping me there.
Yeah, me too.
So
He's just hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, so witty and just always had really good insight.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't necessarily agree with him, and there's plenty of times I don't. Like that's a podcast that I listen to that I take some and leave some.
Yeah.
But like even if I disagreed with him, like he always had an intelligent way of going about his opinions.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think for both of us, No Agenda was an inspiration to start this podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
So I know they're not stopping the show, but
No.
It can't ever be the same.
No, and they've got a new one out that I started listening to today, and it's two completely different. It's Darren O'Neill and somebody else, can't remember now.
Okay.
They introduced themselves, and they've been doing the podcast kind of like No Agenda, but from what I gathered, listening to them shorter and maybe not as PG. So,
okay. Well, even No Agenda wasn't exactly. It was PG-13 at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're yeah, absolutely. But I think they go they go a little above that. But they said they were going to keep it clean for the sit-in episode, and I think they're going to do that for a couple of weeks and then figure it out. So
Yeah.
but you're right, it'll never be what it was. I hope it's still good and informative and entertaining, but
Yeah.
it's a huge loss there.
I'm worried that it's going to free up like 6 hours of my week.
Yeah, it may.
I had to find something new.
Well, and that's
something
what's
different.
been so hard about losing Dvorak was that, like, you listen to him 6 hours a week.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know the guy. Like, you've never met the guy, but like you know him.
Yeah,
Like,
I've always kind of scoffed at the people's attachments and parasocial relationships.
yeah.
But yeah, like I got it a little better. Now I had a friend last night that was asking me. So now do I understand when the people go crazy when some celebrity dies? And I was like, well, no.
Yeah,
You still haven't gotten me there. Like, it's not like I was just reading his stuff on social media or whatever and watching his movies. Like, this guy was talking to me
Yeah.
for 6 hours a week for like almost 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's so, but I do have like certainly more of an understanding and appreciation that parasocial relationships can be significant.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And then I wonder if there's people out there like that, like if one of us died.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we're only like 45 minutes. No, I wish we were like 45 minutes a week. We're only like an hour a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most weeks.
Yeah.
And last week was just one of those, like, I just wasn't feeling it. After JCD died, and there was some few other things, and I wasn't feeling well either. And man, it's just, and I didn't have anything that I really wanted to talk about. And
Yeah.
and this is that's my own fault for not like just finding something
Like
that I
digging
was,
in.
yeah, that I could be passionate about. But still,
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it up at some point.
Yeah, this is not going to be a 2-hour episode to make up for it.
You say that.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know where to start. I mean, I guess we may as well just like start with Fauci.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I learned something this week. I learned a new phrase.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have the whole thing. But to me, there's not really a point in talking about it. I don't think anything's going to happen. I just think that nothing's going to happen. It doesn't matter that these diaries that have been published, that anybody who wants to can go see that he was like just bold-faced lying to the American public. Like,
Yes.
not we didn't understand this at the time and I was doing the best I could with the information I had, but I knew better than what I was telling everybody.
What's really astonishing to me about this is, and you're right, like that is exactly what is like that's the theme of these things is on top of the fact that he just really relished the being in the public eye.
Yeah.
Like this is clearly a person that with low means that ended up in high places.
Yeah.
At least for a while.
The spotlight's on me and I'm going to do everything I can to keep it there.
Yeah. So, I mean, that really comes through, but it just boggles my mind. So I actually had to do a little looking, like Rand Paul found these and got access to them because he was doing this on public servers.
Yeah, government service.
Government servers. Yeah. Like it just seems to me if you're going to put that kind of damning information in writing, you do it like a little schoolgirl and you put it in your diary and you hide it under your bed with a little lock.
Yeah.
Like I cannot believe the audacity of like I'm going to type like on a where anybody can get a hold of it at some point. Like clear like the most unprivate thing you could do with the most private information you could have. It just boggles my mind.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It just speaks to what a narcissist he is,
Yeah.
I think. Now, here's the problem, as I see it, though, is that this nation is so divided in terms of, like, I guess their expectations and the reality that they see. Because there's a lot of ways that perception defines reality for people. Like the power of the mind to see what you want to see or expect to see is pretty impressive.
It is.
And terrible, but pretty impressive.
It holds our society back in many ways.
Yeah. The whole dark ages. So I don't even see that this is going to shift public opinion, really. I mean, what I think, no matter how clearly from the horse's mouth this is,
Yeah.
what's going to happen is the people that already believed that he was a villain are going to say, see, we told you so.
Yeah.
And the people that think that he is a saint are going to say, it's all a Republican conspiracy.
And that's everybody's in those camps. Like, I mean, that's pretty well where everybody's at. I mean, there's plenty of people out there defending him and whatnot. There's some people that I'm pretty sure listen to this podcast out there defending him pretty hard.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't.
How are they defending him? What are they? What's the argument?
I'm trying to think because I read a couple of them. I'm trying to remember exactly what was said. One of the big things is that irritates me more than anything, and there's a lot of it on our Facebook page right now, is just deflection. So, like the biggest one I see is not so much even trying to defend Fauci, but just being like, well, what about Trump? Trump was president during COVID,
but
Trump still takes, and this is valid. Trump still takes credit for the vaccine.
Yeah.
But that doesn't defend Fauci.
Yeah.
Like, or bring up the Epstein files. Like, there's a bunch of people on the Facebook page like, well, what about Epstein? You're worried about COVID, and we're talking about Epstein. And it's like, dude, like, for one, I will not forget about COVID. COVID,
Yeah.
COVID is going to be on the Facebook page and talked about on this podcast till the end of time.
Yeah.
It's just
So one of us dies.
exactly, and I hope it's a long time because we
Yeah.
need this does not need to be forgotten about. And the fact that COVID's, it's not like it. People want to act like, that want to use this tactic, want to act like it was like in the 80s, like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like we're only
I
talking.
can complain about Fauci from the 80s too, by the way.
Yeah, and plenty of people have. Like, there's plenty there. Like,
Yeah.
there's a, but yeah, we're talking. This stuff was only a few years ago, and now really is when we should be having the conversation because we've clearly moved past it as much as a society can, and it's we need to be having these conversations to make sure these things don't come back because the other side is gonna get power again. And to think that they won't try to institute more of this type of thing is just crazy.
Yeah. Certainly Trump is not blameless from the COVID times. Like, there's
Absolutely
plenty
not.
of
I will
criticism.
not defend Trump on any of that. I mean, I'm not. I hate defending Trump. I'm forced into a box where I need to sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, I take no pleasure in defending the man. But he's. Yeah, he has plenty of blame when it comes to COVID.
But at the same time,
But he wasn't-
I will point
my
out
point,
that,
though,
like,
is-
Fauci was advising him.
Yeah, but the other thing I'll point out is that the people that want to remind you that Trump was in power during COVID, like he wasn't in power, but for all of it, like,
Yeah.
and the worst things happened under Biden. So
Yeah, that's probably true. I don't know. I'd have to go through and parse it because Trump was, I don't know. Trump was in power during the worst times of COVID, the beginning when it was
well,
really,
when it was, yeah,
really authoritarian in a lot of places.
yeah,
And there's parts of that I'll defend from him because I do think that states should have been free
power,
to deal with it as they saw fit.
yeah.
In a lot of ways. But at the same time, I do think that it is government's responsibility to protect people's natural rights.
From an authoritarian government.
Yeah.
From the federal government protect you from your local government.
Yeah. And vice versa.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to, man, I've got the neediest cat like crawling up into my lap right now.
Yeah.
Probably hear her. She came out here just yelling for attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fauci's terrible. Now, one of the things that I heard about him at the time, was like some people in the medical field that were like, well, we needed people to comply to the requirements to help keep other people safe, and so what if he knew that these things didn't work or whatever, and told people that they did just because he needed people to comply with the request to try and keep other people safe. And I'm like, well, but you understand that he just undermines your entire industry, right?
Yeah.
Like, the entire medical field is now less trusted because of this man.
And that's not to be understated because I'm in that camp.
Yeah.
Like, I question everything now
Yeah.
that comes from my doctor. And I don't like being that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know how else to be because I've kind of seen the other side. I feel like I've peeked behind the curtain a little bit here.
Yeah.
Because I was forced to through COVID, and it yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there were a lot of perfectly normal people who are, as a result of the COVID craze and Fauci's statements particularly, are now like, you're telling me I need to get the flu vaccine every year? I don't know about this. Oh,
Yeah.
you want me to get my kids vaccinated for measles? I'm not sure about that. I mean, like, this has been the knock-on effects of him going out there and openly lying to the public, even when we didn't know that he was openly lying.
Yeah.
Although there was
There
plenty
was plenty of evidence. Like,
well,
there were
I mean,
plenty
he
of
came out and said it in whatever it was, New York Times or something. I remember citing that article on this podcast where he said that he knew at the time that he was telling people that he was inadvertently not lying because he thought he was lying. Actually, it was about mask use.
The mask. I remember the mask
At the
thing.
beginning when he was telling people, "Oh, well, masks won't help you out. You don't need to go out and get masks for just normal day-to-day activities," because he was trying to make sure that people didn't run out and buy up a bunch of masks that they needed for the medical field specifically.
Yeah. For actual good medical work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but he thought that he was lying about that, although maybe not. I mean, I guess I haven't checked against the dates in these diaries to know.
Yeah.
But anyway, the whole thing's a mess, and he's like a central part of a huge scam pulled on the American public. No matter how bad you think COVID was, and just as a side note, so there's this game I play on the phone. It's like an evolution simulator because I'm that kind of nerd. But they do these little like special events twice a week, and one of them was about epidemics.
Yeah.
And so it's going back a long time ago. We're talking about 2 waves of the plague, and measles and smallpox and like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Significant epidemics in the history of the world.
Yeah.
And in all of these, there were a couple of aspects of it, but one of it was a timeline.
Yeah.
And as you progress along the timeline, you can pull up the information about these particular epidemics, and it gives you, like how many people were infected, what the death rates were, like what period of time it covered, what the number of casualties were, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And and this is going back to like the 13th century.
Oh, wow.
right.
So we're in the database.
And sometimes there's ranges. It's like, okay, the mortality rate was between 30 and 50% or something like that,
Yeah.
Because they don't know precisely
Exactly,
on
yeah.
all these things that are that old. They're doing the best they can with the records they've got.
Yeah.
Then there's COVID. And under the mortality rate, it says various. What the hell does that mean? What do you mean various?
They might as well have said that depends on who you ask.
Yeah, seriously. And so I thought when I saw it, I was like, they're doing this because they know that they have people that play this game that would be very upset if you even just like set a limit for it, because we know that it didn't go past some number. There's some number that you can say it's less than X amount.
Yeah.
And that would be 1%. You could very, very easily and safely say less than 1% and be accurate.
Yeah.
But there are people, I'm sure, that they know that are playing that game that would flip out if you saw that mortality rate as less than 1%, especially compared to all the other things on that timeline.
Exactly. When you start putting them side by side, you'd have people deleting
That the whole
game.
world shut down for an illness that had a mortality rate of less than 1%. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Yeah. And we're still reaping the repercussions of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you're right. Like, people would delete the game. It would be a problem. It could be a problem for them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
When people get really wedded to their beliefs, there's like no pulling them off of it
No.
at some point. And I mean, I suppose that's true of me in a lot of ways too, but like I'm pretty confident in my opinions about things.
Well,
but,
and it's not like you haven't came from all angles and that type of thing.
yeah, I mean, I have spent a lot of time thinking about why I believe what I believe.
Absolutely. As far as this, as far as just to kind of finish up on Fauci, the one thing I'll tell people, because a lot of people's upset, want him arrested, and I do too. I get it. Like, I get wanting to see him really pay the ultimate price for everything he did. Anybody that's saying that, I'd like you to just, even though all he does is sit there and plead the fifth the whole time, watch at least watch some clips and watch some of that hearing he was at the other day. You're looking at a broken man. Like
Yeah.
he is, you can see it on his face. He's like, that was torture for him.
Yeah,
to sit there.
to sit there and know that his legacy might not be what he expected it to be.
Yeah, and you know
That's
that
probably exactly what it is. Too.
that's exactly what it is. And like I say, I mean, it's not what we want as far as getting punishment for him, but it's not nothing. Like it's you are looking in many ways at a broken man.
Is it what's the is it? I think it's from Batman, right? Where they say you either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Become the villain, yeah. And that's, I mean, you're witnessing that from him.
Yeah.
So, and I know Rand Paul's going to have a vote next week, and they may try to hold him in contempt. They may not. Regardless of any of that, like these are small victories. But it's something, though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I predict that there will be no repercussions to him.
And
He
that's
won't
the
be punished
safe
in
that's
any
the
way.
safe bet. Like and I don't think that you're necessarily wrong there. We may get a surprise, but I doubt it. But like, I mean, it's like I say, you're still looking at a broken man.
The number of lives that his decisions destroyed can never
Is
be calculated.
Countless.
Yeah. I mean, between his recommendation that they close schools, like the effects that it's had on social and academic development, and the masks, the effect I keep saying, and I don't know how you study this, but I really feel like there should be a psychological study about the effects on socialization that kids wearing masks at that age had, and their parents wearing masks, and all the adults that
Everybody they come in contact with wearing a mask.
For 3 years from the time you were age 1 to 4 that you never saw anybody smile in public.
Yeah.
Like I just can't. I mean, that's such an important part of our development. I just can't even imagine how much of an impact that's had on these kids.
And it's already hard to. Raising kids is tough. Let me just say that. Like I got 2, and trying to get them socially adept is difficult. It can be, has been for one of mine, and like that just was at least for a period of time another barrier that was kind of put in the way of that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Are we talking about the 16-year-old that still can't order her own food?
Yes.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. I mean, she can, but it's like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
And the point I'm making though is like she ain't alone there.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, that's part of the generation thing. Like these kids grow up on these devices. So much of their social interaction is not face to face.
Exactly.
That they don't know how to deal with face to face interactions, at least not with people that they don't know.
Yeah.
And like we were joking, I guess that was last night, right? Like she could be just like, "Can I text it to you?"
Yeah.
Then it would have been fine.
Yeah, she could do that all day long. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I would like to see some consequences to Fauci, but I don't expect to.
Like I say, I'd like to too, but we didn't get nothing when it comes to that. Like that hearing yesterday was pretty rough for him.
Yeah. I just really hope that, wow, that's some weird stuff going on over there on that chair between my 2 cats.
Yeah, they don't normally interact that way, do they?
Yeah, they do. Actually.
Oh, dude, I don't see them
They're
interact
very
that
friendly
way.
with each other.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised to see it now.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, they don't normally do that type of thing when I'm here.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, there was nothing lewd, by the way.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you listeners there.
Yeah.
They're just face to face and grooming each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I just hope that people that thought that he was a hero will go through and read some of that diary stuff, or really pay attention to it, or at least have an open mind about what it says about this guy.
The diary stuff really is it's hard to defend. I don't see how anybody can try to defend any of that. And like I say, I haven't seen really people try to. Like, it's all deflection. But I have seen a lot of deflection, and that's usually, like I say, I don't know. I don't. At some point, you have to like take stock, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm not gonna go start criticizing people for not being open-minded, though I am.
Yeah, right.
I think it's important to. I have always really enjoyed trying to understand why people believe the way they do.
Yeah.
Now I can't help but then criticize that. I've been really trying not to do that, to just ask the questions and let the answers lie instead of saying,
Yeah.
well,
You do know.
yeah, exactly.
That phrase is just like, you got to like find a way to pull that one out of your vernacular.
I know. I can't help myself.
I get it.
I'm a teacher at heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I want to play a clip to bring us into our next segment.
All right.
And then we got some like interesting historical stuff afterwards, so don't go away, I promise.
Yeah.
There's more to the podcast than this, but we can't not talk about it.
All right.
All right. So here's the clip.
If Iran, from the first year of the war, gave new technology to Russia, it was Shahid drones. They gave thousands of these drones first year of the war. Then they gave licenses. What did they do? Did they attack us? I think yes. So they already did it. But we have to be honest. Iranians and North Koreans already attacked us.
If you couldn't tell, that is Volodymyr Zelensky.
Yeah. I recognize the accent.
I mean, he's probably not the only person with that accent, but
Probably not, but
so he is obviously making the argument that that Iran has provided Russia with weapons initially, and then licenses to produce those weapons, and that clearly means to him that they have been attacked. Ukraine has been attacked by Iran.
Yeah.
And because North Korean troops were working with Russia also, although I still haven't seen any evidence that they fought anywhere outside of Russia.
yeah.
All right. So they weren't fighting in Ukraine. They were fighting that intrusion into Russia that Ukraine did.
That they were bragging about.
Yeah. Which was lost. But anyway, now I just want to point out that Trump was just saying that, and we know that the U.S. has been providing Ukraine with weapons and tech.
And I've
this
been
whole
saying
time.
from the beginning, the fact that we're doing that so openly is just crazy to me.
Yeah. And Trump was throwing out the idea that that we would give them a license to produce these weapons in Ukraine.
Yeah,
So how's that different?
exactly.
I'm just curious. Like now, I think the important thing to point out. Now, I'm going to come back to that because I think it's important that I guess he's not the only one. I'm not going to come back to it. I'm going to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
We'll come back to the important part in a moment.
All right.
He's not the only one that's making these kinds of statements. There are people in the U.S. that are making the same kinds of statements about Iran, that Iran is clearly getting aid from Russia and China, targeting information and tech to help improve their weaponry and so forth. And therefore, China and Russia are a part of this war because they are providing weapons and know-how and intelligence to our enemy.
Yeah.
Now, meanwhile, for decades, the United States has been providing weapons and intelligence and tech to Ukraine and to Taiwan.
Yeah.
An actual enemy of Russia on one side and a potential enemy of China on the other.
Yeah.
But we feel like that's fine.
But yeah, we're allowed to do that.
Now, it is unacceptable for another country to provide weapons, tech, or intelligence to an enemy of ours, but it is perfectly okay for us to do the same for an enemy of theirs.
Yeah.
I find this interesting. I just want to point out how hypocritical this is.
Yeah.
Now, the important thing that Zelensky is doing here is he's trying to expand the war. He's trying to reify these kind of loose blocks that exist and say that and bring himself as being a part of the war that we seem to care about more right now.
Yeah.
Iran has attacked Ukraine, and so therefore Iran is also an enemy of Ukraine, and Ukraine is an ally to the U.S. against Iran, and so therefore the U.S. should also provide more help to Ukraine since they're a part of this bigger war that he's trying to create out of nothing.
Like he's just like hell bent on making this a world war.
Yeah.
Like that's the idea here. It's
Yeah.
like well, we've got to expand. Yeah.
So we need to, I mean, apparently Ukraine is totally justified in attacking North Korea right now.
Right.
And I don't know but that's what he's trying to do is he's trying to expand the war that is going on in Eastern Europe, so that he's part of a larger war that maybe we'll pay more attention to.
Yeah. And so we can give more money that we don't have.
Yeah, more money and more weapons that we don't
And
have.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the other end of it. Not only are we broke, and we are broke, like the weapons we have are dwindling.
Yeah.
The missile capability is there's real questions about that.
I hear, and this is just rumors to me, but I mean, like there are rumors that are coming from people who have contacts in the Pentagon.
Yeah, they're not coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
But it's not fully.
Yeah, I mean, but I have no way of verifying this.
Yeah.
But I'm throwing it out there because it seems to fit with some of the other issues that have been public, and there have been some major newspaper articles like New York Times about a problem with ordnance, like stockpiles
Yeah.
in the U.S. I have heard these rumors that there's some real conflict going on within the Pentagon between the head of all military operations and the command leaders. So, CENTCOM and AFRICOM and like all these little regional commands.
Yeah.
That all the weaponry that's going towards the war in Iran and being sold also to the Europeans to be sold to Ukraine
Yeah.
is threatening their ability to defend their regions, because all the ordnance that they would use to defend their regions is being diverted elsewhere, and there's just not enough to go around.
Yeah.
So if something were to break out somewhere else that mattered,
Yeah. We would be limited in our capability, potentially.
and of course there have been suggestions that all the little ceasefires that we've been doing, with Iran, we've been doing because we
Just
like, actually
need to
did-
rebuild up.
well, and there's not time for that, but we just don't have the stockpile to keep fighting it right now.
Yeah.
So let's take a little break, make it seem like we're, doing something important. We're doing a kindness to them.
Yeah.
And then we'll strike hard again and hope that that's enough to make them quit.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at this like kind of punctuated war that Trump's been leading here in Iran, that kind of makes sense.
It kind of jives. Yeah. I didn't pull the clip, but there was a clip that went around to Trump earlier this week, talking about just that. Like he was asked about our stockpiles and assured us that we had plenty and that there's plenty of missiles to be had. But if there was a shortage, that it's Biden's fault.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
It's kind of an amazing clip that he could come in and argue both sides.
Yeah.
That we'd have plenty and there's nothing to be worried about. But if there was something to be worried about, like rest assured, it was Biden because he was giving them all to Ukraine. So anyway,
Yeah,
That's-
that's very Trump.
that's Trump for you. Exactly.
Okay, so now I want to talk about some economic stuff and some Declaration of Independence stuff, historical stuff.
Oh, my favorite
And-
declaration. My favorite
Yeah.
declaration.
Exactly. I mean, I figure we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, really.
Yeah.
So we may as well keep talking about it because I think that there's a lot of misunderstanding around the Declaration
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong about this, but I feel like if you asked most Americans what the founding principle established by the Declaration of Independence is, that they would say equality among men. Don't you think? I mean, like, I could be wrong about that, but I
mean,
think
I
that
can see
probably
that.
most people would answer that way.
Yeah.
And that's just wrong.
Yeah.
The equality is part of an argument leading elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right. So, and there's gonna be some nuance in this because I am gonna define a difference between the founding principle established by the Declaration and the central tenet of the Declaration, because those are two different things.
Okay.
But I think they're both important. All right. So the founding principle, I think, is that governments derive their powers from the people with their consent.
Yeah.
And the argument is that people equally share inherent rights. Like, go through it. You can pull up your declaration and go through it. Like, this is the argument in order, essentially.
Yeah.
That people have rights. People are equal. Actually, I might have those backwards.
Yeah.
Because the way I wrote it down actually was people equally share inherent rights, natural rights. That the role of government is to ensure those rights, and that governments derive their power from the people with their consent.
Yeah.
So that's the chain of argument there. Yeah. And then all that leads to the central tenet. That's to back up the central tenet, which is instead of being like the philosophical principle that undergirds the document, it's what the purpose of the document is. And I think that the central tenet is that people have the right and obligation, actually, to rebel against and throw off a government that has become destructive of their natural rights. So they
feel like we're knocking on that door right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and they do try and temper it a little bit, but we'll get there. Anyway, the point that I'm making here is that the structure of the document itself is to make an argument about what governments are for and where their powers come from, and to use that kind of definition of government as a legal reason for the colonies to throw off the British Empire, and justify the rebellion.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, it is tempered with the point that nonviolent attempts to fix problems, like they say that this shouldn't be taken lightly. Essentially, this idea they're not advocating for like constant rebellion, or like we're just kind of dissatisfied and so we're going to throw off the government. There's some points made in there about governments long established, like this shouldn't be done like without a lot of contemplation, essentially. And but they also make the point that their nonviolent attempts to fix the problems have gone unsuccessful. Right. And I think this is another thing that I think people forget when we start talking about the American Revolution, that people think that the start of it was the Declaration of Independence. But fighting had already begun in 1775. Like Lexington and Concord happened in 1775. There were already deaths on both sides of this before the Declaration was written. And there were a lot of people in the Continental Congress that were not in favor of a rebellion, of dissociating with the British government.
We can fix it from within.
Yeah, essentially.
I mean, that's the argument, right?
And they even, and this is like another little forgotten bit of history. The Continental Congress sent a conciliatory statement asking King George to intervene with the British Parliament on behalf of the colonies.
Really?
Yeah. It's called the Olive Branch Petition.
Okay.
You know, the Olive Branch.
Yeah.
But like, after it was written, but before it was received by the king, he declared the colonies to be in open rebellion.
So the die had been cast.
Essentially. So he refused to officially receive the petition. I mean, surely he read it, but
Yeah.
he refused to officially receive it.
Yeah.
And it was at that point that the Continental Congress kind of shifted and determined that a rebellion and establishment of their own government was the new goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just like a couple of little bit of historical things that I think are important.
Yeah.
That the principle is that governments derive their powers from the people with their consent. Consent is kind of the central theme of that, which I think is important from our perspective. Like, this is why this is a very libertarian document. You know?
Yeah.
And that idea, that founding principle, justifies the violent rebellion to throw off the government that has become destructive of their natural rights.
Yeah. No, that checks out.
I'm glad you think so. I will make one other quick point on the Declaration that I think is interesting, especially to point out now the way things have developed.
Yeah.
Is that in the last paragraph of the Declaration, when they actually make the statement that that these should be regarded as free and independent states, that they have the rights to make their own foreign policy, et cetera, that throughout that, the colonies, now states, are referred to in the plural.
Oh, yeah.
It is not a single nation in the perspective of the Declaration. Each of the colonies is its own free and independent state, just like they're not so independent now, but the states of the European Union are free and independent states that make their own trade policies and so forth, although they're kind of overseen by the EU at this point.
Yeah.
But at the time of the signing of the Declaration, they, and for a long time afterwards, like really until the Civil War, I would say, the view of the states was that they were all essentially independent nations.
They were autonomous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we kind of wish they still were.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal.
Do you have anything to say about that, or any comments or questions, or did I?
No, I think you summed it up pretty good. Pretty solid.
Good. I really just wanted to sip on my hot chocolate.
I figured.
All right, last thing, economic stuff.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we were talking about economics too.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Cantillon effect. We have talked about it kind of tangentially a number of times on the podcast, but I thought I just wanted to be a little bit more specific about it.
Okay.
So the Cantillon effect essentially is the idea that new money created by the government, benefits those who receive it first, who benefit from the existing prices before inflation spreads through the economy and causes prices to rise.
Yeah. We've definitely talked about that before, but I didn't realize there was actual term for it.
Yeah. 19th century, I think, is when the idea was developed.
Okay.
Which is really interesting because at the time they still used specie. They had banknotes, but their paper currency was still tied to a commodity.
Yeah.
Now there's not that kind of, it was a problem then, and imagine now where all you got to do is punch an extra zero into a computer.
Yeah, you don't even have to print it. You just have to move the decimal point.
Exactly. So it's really gotten out of control at this point, and this is a way of transferring wealth upwards.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
Now, it depends on how that new money enters the economy. But if you think about the ways that government generally injects money into the economy, the people that already have money tend to be the beneficiaries.
Yeah.
And us, normal people at the bottom, by the time we get the money, by the time it trickles down to us, the prices have already risen and we don't get the benefit.
But yeah, and they'll throw us a little $1,000 check at the.
Well, actually, that's the best way to bring it in at every level.
Yeah.
Is to send everybody
Yeah,
a
but
little check. But
even when they did that during COVID, we were getting pennies compared to what they were just inflating into the economy,
Yeah,
into
we
the
were-
banks and stuff like that.
right, we were only getting a part of the money that was being injected into the economy,
Yeah,
and that's
small
kind of the
part.
point. The generally what happens is that the government and connected industries, especially banking and finance, but also government contractors and so forth, are the beneficiaries of the money. And if they do it through quantitative easing, like injecting it into the stock market, then you have brokers and investors who are the primary beneficiaries, as well as the finance
Yeah.
communities generally. But banking is the worst one.
Yeah.
And because banking also amplifies the effect.
Yeah.
Right. So the money goes into the banking system or through the banking system into the rest of the economy. What the banks do is that they lend out the money, but they don't have to keep any reserves. So they create money out of nothing also.
Yeah.
All right.
By lending it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every time it gets lent, it just gets deposited into another bank.
And exactly. So it just keeps increasing and increasing and increasing the money supply artificially, even though there's nothing more out there.
Exactly.
And credit expansion has been a real driver of the business cycle for a century or more.
Yeah.
Actually, longer. I mean, it is the driver of the business cycle, of the boom-bust cycle, is credit expansion. So I just wanted to talk about that just a little bit. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time. But I think it's important particularly to point out that this is a way that they transfer wealth from the lower classes to the higher classes.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's the intent. I kind of think it is, but but it may just be an effect that the people that are making these decisions just don't understand.
Yeah. Or don't care to understand.
Yeah.
Like I say.
So anyway, to kind of roll it up again, what happens is that money enters the economy to people who already have money. They use that money to buy new assets or make new investments. Where they benefit from the fact that the new money in the economy hasn't caused prices to change yet.
Yeah. And you see they're buying it's bad because they're buying assets and whatnot. And those assets are going to increase in value once that money really gets into the system.
Exactly.
So yeah, and just as an example, they bought a car or something. A car's a bad example. House property is a good example.
Yeah.
They buy a piece of property with the money still at full value, and then that property goes up in value because
the demand goes up because there's more money in the economy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the value of the money goes down.
And the value of the money goes down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're really losing. I mean, everybody knows this, but if you just leave money sitting in a bank account or in a wad under your bed, it's losing its value tremendously.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact number, but even at the rate of inflation that the Federal Reserve aims for, which is 2% a year,
Yep.
that over the course of your lifetime, it's over 90% of the total value of the money that you've earned is inflated away.
It's just gone. Yeah. Which is the reason you're better to invest in assets or hold assets.
Yeah.
Because they will move with that trend. Mm-hmm.
Or they do a better job.
It depends on the asset.
Yeah, I've even invested in property on a bubble because my calculation, sometimes right, sometimes wrong, was that the property value wouldn't fall as far as the value of the dollar.
Yeah, and that's probably true. And when
I lose
doesn't-
6% on the property and 12% on my dollar.
and
you
the
know?
important thing is you didn't lose anything until you liquidate it.
Yeah.
So it almost doesn't matter. Like I mean, you may buy it at the height and then it lose a bunch of value. As long as you sit on it till the value comes back, you're not out anything,
Right.
Except the upkeep or whatever you've got to invest to keep it going. You know.
Yeah. Which isn't true of the dollar, obviously. The dollar just continues to lose
Yeah,
value.
the dollar's going to lose value no matter what. Like we haven't seen a situation where the dollar increases in value.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something that, and we've talked about on the podcast before, but it's important to remember. This seems normal to us because it's all we've ever known.
Yeah.
Like nobody alive has like witnessed the dollar increase in value. Like it's just we just accept it, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like that's not how that's just the structure we live under. It doesn't have to be that like that.
And a point that I really want to make to the anti-capitalists that listen to our podcast, which I'd be surprised if there are very many, but
There might be. I mean, we definitely have them on the page. Whether or not they're tuning in, they might be.
Well, I hope so. What I would say to the anti-capitalists that listen to the podcast is that this is one of the major ways in which the wealth disparity increases.
Yeah.
Is by government money creation and the Cantillon effect.
Yeah.
This is one of the major ways that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with capitalism. It has to do with government control of the money supply.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we just got government out of the economy, if we got government out of money, if we went back to specie, if we went back to hard money, gold.
Yeah,
I'm just going to leave it at that. But like gold, silver, some kind of commodity
Something,
that has
yeah.
value in and of itself, and let the banks leave the banks free to set their own interest rates and so on, and didn't inject money into the economy to try and juice it up.
Yeah.
That this would actually decrease the wealth disparities. That if you had a real free market competitive economy, that would solve a lot of the problems that have been created in what is called late stage capitalism, but which is actually a government managed economy.
Yeah.
Also called socialism
Right. Exactly.
or fascism. Actually, both are government managed economies. So
Yeah.
So I just want to make that point that the problem isn't capitalism or capitalists. It's the government control of money supply.
It's a centrally planned economy.
Yeah.
Which, strangely enough, a big group wants to have more of.
I know. It's kind of incredible to me.
How they can look at the problem and be like, this is what the problem is, and this is how we're going to fix it.
Yeah.
And it's like the same thing.
I mean, we'll see what happens with Mamdani in New York. I still predict that he's really just going to be like a normal Democrat and not really follow through.
He's already working on those government-ran grocery stores.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
know.
heard about that?
Yeah, I have. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's got a lot of ideas that I don't think that he will successfully pull off.
Yeah.
And I think I think that finally we're going to get like a real example of what happens when you put a socialist in charge.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I hope that that's how it plays out. I think now that's unfortunate for New Yorkers, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
You should leave now.
yeah. But I think what's gonna actually happen is he's just gonna be made like a left of center Democrat.
Yeah. He talks a good game, and he's
Yeah.
not to be...
Oh, he's very charming.
I was fixed to say he's not to be underestimated as a politician. Like, he definitely has that, and I like shudder to even say that, like, Obama-esque, like, just way of speaking, not saying a whole lot, but it sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Like, he's good at that.
Well, and he got out in the street and was talking with people, like real people on the ground that were struggling before this election.
Yeah.
Like a big part of, like, he was out there finding out what people's problems really were.
Yeah. And I mean, his solutions ain't great, but what makes somebody like that so dangerous is they'll listen and then come up with solutions that may or may not be great.
Yeah.
But it's more than the other side's doing.
Yeah. But that is apparently like where the left, the Democrat Party is going in this country. Like,
They've been heading that way for a while, but
yeah, but what has happened though is the establishment is getting displaced. Like even when you have establishment candidates, their staff, the people that are running their campaigns, are pushing to be more like a Mamdani.
they are.
And that's how this is going to change, is that the establishment is just going to be displaced in the system by the younger, more radical, more left-leaning people,
Yeah.
because they're dependent on them.
Oh yeah. I mean that's the block.
They're dependent on their votes, and they're dependent on their activism in campaigns, and so that's what we're going to see, I think. And I don't think that it's going to be good for the Democrat Party. I think that it'll get them votes for a while, but I think that the result is going to be such a disaster that
Yeah.
it's going to harm them in the long run.
But you have to ask yourself, how much do they really even care? I mean, like, look at California and how bad things are there and how crazy it is.
Yeah, but the weather's great.
I mean, maybe that's what keeps people there.
I think it is.
It's a good thing they got that going for them. New York don't have that.
That's true.
So just think about that, New Yorkers.
Yeah. Well, what'll happen is
what
that
are you really staying for?
they'll move into New Jersey.
Yeah, well.
And Philadelphia, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that we can wrap up there. Actually, before we do,
Yep.
as long as we're on that point, like, what in the world is going on with elections in California? They still don't have a result, do they?
Oh, really? No, I was not aware
I
of
don't
that.
think that they have an official result yet. I think
Really?
they are still counting.
Well, they'll count till they get the result they want.
Well, and that's it. Like, how can you look at that and not think that this is corrupt?
Exactly. There's no way to
Like,
secure
even if it's not corrupt, there's no way that an outside observer can look at this process and how much time this takes and not think that it has to be corrupt.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no way to check
No,
because it's an anonymous vote.
yeah. It's
What's the term? Silent vote? What?
silent vote, closed vote? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of what the term is.
Yeah.
Come on, Larissa, help us out here.
She hasn't even been paying attention.
No.
She completely tuned us out.
What do you call the way we vote? It's not anonymous vote or silent vote, or like just the
Private vote?
the fact that that's not right either. I don't think that's it either. There's a term.
Somebody, by the way, I'm sure a bunch
there's
of our
people
listeners are like
yelling at the
screaming at their
Yeah.
phone right now. So,
I'm sorry, I'm not I'm not a big proponent of democracy.
right. Yeah.
Anyway, that is one of the problems, is that you can't.
There's no way to verify it.
Yeah, there's no way to verify any of it because nobody knows what anybody else's vote was, and nobody can know if their vote was counted the way they voted it.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a rigged system.
Yeah, it's time to make our votes public.
That's an interesting thought.
I mean, do you really have to be concerned about harassment? Honestly, I do think that it would change some people's vote.
Yeah.
I think there are people living in places where there's so much pressure to vote a particular way that they, with their private vote or whatever it's called, that they wouldn't vote the same way if their vote was public.
If everybody knew how they voted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's unfortunate. Like,
I bet Trump wouldn't have won under that system.
might not have.
Because there was definitely, I mean, Trump always out.
He won so big in 2024, though.
Yeah, 2024, I don't think there's much question. But in 2016, it was a lot tighter. And like I say, he did so much better than his polling. I just got to think that
There were a lot of people that were publicly saying they were voting for Hillary, and then when they got in the booth,
yeah,
voted for Trump.
exactly.
Could be. It almost certainly is. I do wonder how it would affect things, but it would be like to open it up to make it transparent
Yeah.
would take away a lot of the possibility for
Fraud.
corruption and abuse.
Yeah.
It's always true, man. Shining light on it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so and maybe a bunch of people like voting a different way because their vote is public than they would have if their vote was private is better than the voting system being corrupted because it is all quiet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the flip side. I mean, do we want to have a choice here or not?
Yeah.
Like that's really the question. Like, I mean, do you want your vote to be private so bad that it may not count anyway?
Yeah.
Like, so
Precisely.
it's all the illusion of control, like
Yeah. No, it's the illusion of freedom.
of freedom. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, on that downer,
Right.
I'm sure that the votes are perfectly.
Oh yeah,
Correct
yeah.
here
Trust
in
the
this country.
system. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, trust the system. That's been one of the underlying messages of this podcast the entire time.
Exactly. Everything's fine. Trust the system.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up then on that, and we'll be back next week.
Yes,
You say that kind of questioningly.
I feel confident.
Okay. We expect to be back next week.
Yeah.
We say that every week, and some weeks we're just not.
But not very many.
No.
We missed last week, but
No,
overall,
We've
though,
gotten really good about that, actually.
overall, we've done better.
Yeah. Let's see. We won the Atticus Finch Award from the Alabama Libertarian Party. I can't remember what year it was.
Been a few years now.
Yeah, it was 2020, maybe somewhere in there, 2021. I don't know. Anyway, and they announced that that we had done 39. Is that right? 39 podcasts in the previous year.
Yeah.
I got up to accept the award. I'm like, well, I'm just realizing now that we missed literally a quarter of the weeks that we were supposed to podcast.
We're a
So-
weekly podcast.
yeah, so we're way better than that now.
Yeah.
But it still happens. Sorry about last week. Anyway, we expect to be back next week, though.
Yep.
And in the meantime, we'd really appreciate it if you followed us on iTunes, YouTube, and or Podbean, that you like and share the posts and the podcast, particularly. Like, people that are reading, like looking at the memes, I'd really like it if they listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
So and people who have never heard of it, I would like it if they listen to the podcast too. So try and push that out there for us, guys. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
Comments are big, especially it throws it in the feed more is what I'm figuring out. So like I say, just if you listen to the podcast, say, hey, enjoyed it, or hey, you suck, like whatever.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Positive or negative, it still goes into the system.
Yep.
In fact, these days, the way the algorithms work, the more negative, we're probably better.
Right.
Don't particularly want, I want constructive negative feedback is fine. Yeah. I actually really appreciate constructive negative feedback.
Absolutely.
You suck isn't one of those.
Well, it's social media, so you get what you get.
Yeah, that's true. You guys are anyway. Do all those things. Comment, like, and share, and tell your friends. And we'll be back next week when we finally get this right. And in the meantime, try to stay free.
Life short, live free.
Ciao.
Later.